This one?
Yeah. Kind of looks like it, huh? They got water.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We're gonna go on the trolley. What is this gadget? Oh man, don't tell me this is a dentist chair. Look.
There's one over here.
But look at this one though. If you sat down in that chair, ooh, it is. Look. Look. Leroy Goodman. Oh, it goes back here too, look. Look at these. That's nice, huh?
My grandma had these things.
Homemade soap. Now look, glass washboard. Wow, they've got all kinds of historical stuff. What, these irons?
Yeah.
I have a couple somewhere. Look at them all. They just heat them in the fire. Or somehow near the fire, and then they get real hot and iron with them. Cool. Look, here's a bunch of old newspaper articles. Oh, look at this. Look at this old refrigerator. I think it's what it is. Or is it a automatic? Oh, it's an automatic ironer. I was way off.
Oh, a press.
Pretty cool seeing all this historic stuff. Here we go. Coffee mill. There's a mechanical apple peeler. Cool. What, there's more in there?
Look at this.
Sausage stuffer. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Random.
Yeah, old-timey cameras and stuff. Look at that. What's on the other side? Same thing?
What's that thing?
It looks like a gun, but it's not. It's some kind of lens. Oh, look at, here's one of those stereophonic ones. Look. The old movie camera. Wow. The Levi process camera. That's what it's called.
Oil lamp. Oil lamp. Right?
Look, here's the brakeman's hat. Yeah, I like the old oil lamps.
I don't have one of those.
They said the old oil lamps, if you take them camping and stuff, you can put some of that kind of oil that burns, that gets the mosquitoes out of the way. What do you call it? Citronella?
Oh, yeah.
Citronella. Citronella oil. Look, there's a bunch more lamps up there. See them? I like that red one right there. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to Jasmine. She's with me. What is this? Whistle off a switch engine. Cool. There's some more lamps and stuff up here. I think the lamps are very collectible too. Chicago, Rock Island, and Pacific Railway. Wow. See? Somehow you make lenses and stuff. I guess they adjusted everything. Oh, look at this. Here's all the teeth and stuff.
Happy birthday to me. 1869.
Look, these are Barbie dolls.
Surgical instruments.
I know it's kind of scary in here, isn't it? Look at all this stuff. Look, and there's where I wanted to go. Fort Reno. Yeah, we wanted to go to Fort Reno, but it's closed today because of lack of funding. Arapaho and Cheyenne. Wow, there's a headdress, look. I know, that's just the head. Look, think of the whole body being up there. And then you're over there teasing it, putting your camera in their face. Yeah, it's set up and stuff, and they do reenactments and stuff. It's like a real important fort on the way to the next area where it was safe to go because of Indians and all that stuff.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
Okay, cool.
The big V8 close to the middle.
I'm doing a little video. Jasmine's getting ready to go on the trolley. Cool. Woo! Woohoo! Yeah.
Wherever you want.
Right here. I'm thinking this is a good one right here. I'm thinking this is good right here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are y'all from Hillary?
This is in Reno, Oklahoma.
About it. And it's got flags for all the people that passed away that were from El Reno that were killed in service.
There's the sheriff's office.
And the Korean War. There's a doughboy from World War I that's on a statue up here. All this was erected in the year 2000 in honor of all the people that went to war and didn't come back.
Here's an old Napa place. Napa Auto Parts.
And you can see the signs. We just had Burger Day not that long ago.
We missed it.
That's the world's largest hamburger day.
Oh, was that last weekend when they had the car show and all that thing?
Well, that was a hot summer night last weekend, and then Burger Day was a month or so before that.
Oh, look at this, Jasmine.
You'll see
Look at
that. You're all right here. It depicts the evolution of the interurban trolley that I told you about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite an active trolley. There was a lot of controversy about why it went away, but a lot of trolleys were stopped in the 1950s. And the conspiracy people will tell you that car companies got together and stopped them so they could sell more cars. At the time, we were the only city in the state that had a trolley turnaround, where you could drive the trolley onto it and would turn it around the other way. So we had trolleys coming from all over. We'd end up in Reno to get jumped on. The mural was painted by students from UCO.
Look at the barbershop one. Over there. Nice.
Now this was a saloon here. This was
The tag agency.
a saloon town at the time. And so in the early 1900s, there was at least 32 saloons operating here.
32?
They were all supplied beer by the Bush family.
Uh-huh.
Now upstairs right here, there used to be a gambling hall. And whenever the police did their regular raids every year where they would raid somewhere, and of course all the gambling equipment would end up back in here a few weeks later. But during the raid, if you look right here down the alley, if people were there, see that bricked up hole in the side there?
Yeah.
They would drop a plank from this gambling hall over here over to the Bush building, and everybody would run over to the Bush building to pull the plank back up. And then, of course, you know, a week or two later, all the gambling equipment ended up back into the gambling hall. Yeah, I think they're apartments now. I mean, a hole punch
Yeah.
for the tickets.
Yeah.
Everyone's making
Oh, a whole bunch? No.
I think
I'm-
making
Any questions?
We're not going by that big church, are we?
No, we're going back right
Okay,
now.
we're going back. Okay. Yeah. That's the Schroeder grain elevator.
One of-
Yeah, I see now. There's that
One on
one.
the corner's for sale too. It's got a realtor sign up.
Hmm? Yeah, get it for a giant bed and breakfast. I don't know how they do that if it's on a national registry though.
Do what?
It's for sale, but did you say this was a famous house that's on the registry or something?
right.
How do they do that? With selling it, then you have to.
Well, you have to comply to all
Yeah,
the rules
yeah.
that go with that. We get another good view of the grain elevators here.
Yep, right behind it.
Probably this house probably won't be here that much longer. The house I live in is over on Macomb Street. It was built in the 1920s. It's probably from that vintage, but we've kept it up. We like living there so far. You know, an old house doesn't come without its difficulties.
Yeah.
Now, as we turn the corner, this first cabin we come to was General Phil Sheridan's headquarters. Is this the Peach building we're coming up on the right? Yep. Yeah. No, it's just on the corner here, and then down from that was the Chevy dealership that my grandfather built. You can see the dividing line where the bricks changed. And then we have one guy trying to onion burgers like here. They've done the hamburger out with onions. And then a mound of onions and put the meat on it and smash it down.
Ooh, look at this one. Here's the bank. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
It was built in 1902. It's a three-story. So there's an interesting story as we come across over here.
Anheuser-Busch.
With this building right here before. Unfortunately, like many small towns, our downtown area. Theater on the left.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. I like that.
This had been in operation since the 20s, I think. I'm very much days. And it's recently been taken over by the city, and they do live events there, films and so on. Now, this is the street that they filmed the new Twisters movie on.
This street? This street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Street here. I had a good friend that was on that as one of the actors. He said he only worked for 2 days, and then they came in and did a 3D scan of it. When they were going to blow the trolley up, and then we had the SAG actors strike last year, and then all the production, they just used 3D imaging for the rest of it. Up here we'll have the Sonic Lodge is on the next block, right? It's right back there, actually. Okay. They moved it. See I was thinking where it is. The hallway. Where it is now.
There's a farmer's insurance.
1909. They held their meeting there on the 3rd. The motor's kind of wearing out, constantly needing maintenance, but you know, this is the 100th year anniversary for this trolley right here. Service.
There's the sheriff's office.
And the Korean War. There's a doughboy from World War I that's on a statue up here. All this was erected in the year 2000 in honor of all the people that went to war and didn't come back.
Here's an old Napa place. Napa Auto Parts.
You can see the signs. We just had Burger Day not that long ago.
We missed it.
That's the world's largest hamburger day.
Oh, was that last weekend when they had the car show and all that thing?
Yeah. Well, that was the hot summer night last weekend. And the Burger Day was a month or so before that.
Oh, look at this, Jasmine.
You'll see
Look at
that. You're all right here. It depicts the evolution of the interurban trolley that I told you about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite an active trolley. There was a lot of controversy about why it went away, but a lot of trolleys were stopped in the 1950s. And the conspiracy people will tell you that car companies got together and stopped them so they could sell more cars. At the time, we were the only city in the state that had a trolley turnaround, where you could drive the trolley onto it and it would turn it around the other way. So we had trolleys coming from all over. We'd end up in Reno. The mural was painted by students from UCO.
Look at the barbershop one. Over there. Nice.
Now this was a saloon here. This was
The tag agency.
a saloon town at the time. And so in the early 1900s, there was at least 32 saloons operating here.
32?
They were all supplied beer by the Bush family.
Uh-huh.
Now upstairs right here, there used to be a gambling hall. And whenever the police did their regular raids every year where they would raid somewhere, and of course all the gambling equipment would end up back in here a few weeks later. But during the raid, if you look right here down the alley, if people were there, see that bricked up hole in the side there?
Yeah.
They would drop a plank from this gambling hall over here over to the Bush building, and everybody would run over to the Bush building to pull the plank back up. And then, of course, you know, a week or two later, all the gambling equipment ended up back into the gambling hall. Yeah, I think they're apartments now. So we used to So, our motto in town here has always been the crossroads. Because I was 66 and 81 met here. It's got a rich historical heritage. It's also unique as the town took part in 3 different land openings, you know, where they released people to go find land. Grant Street back here was the west boundary for the land run. Or I'm sorry, Grant Street.
There's the sign that has the burger on it.
That happened in 1892. According to my dad, this was a livery stable right here on the corner. And there's the Chevy dealership. You see the little bow tie on top that my grandfather built. And then here's the grocery store that's right here on this corner. I'm always shocked at how small grocery stores were back then. I guess you just had one kind of apple. Once again, we're going past Robert's Grill. Sid's Grill is right down. Sid's has a pretty big national presence. They've been on a number of TVs for their onion fried burgers. Now, if you look right here, you'll see the old Elks building. See that
Oh,
building with
the
flag over
yellow,
there?
yeah, the yellow building.
I don't have it here. I think it was in the 1932 World's Fair. Oh, here it is here. 1904 World's Fair, that building was built by Oklahoma to represent Oklahoma, what greatness it had to offer to the country. And then when the World's Fair was over, they cut that building up, put it on rail cars, shipped it down here, put it back together, and it's been the Elks Lodge ever since. Straight ahead, you'll see the flour mill. I remember as a kid, I think they've gotten rid of it or rebuilt it. On the very end down there, they caught fire, and I remember going down with my father and sitting in the car with the smoke coming out of this thing and flames coming out. But they managed to, it didn't fall down, they managed to patch it back together. In the early days, in 1910, they had 2 flour mills there, and they could produce 1,000 barrels of flour each day.
Wow, that's a lot.
Now they're mainly just to store wheat when harvest time comes.
So there's actually stuff stored there?
Yeah, they still have wheat there, and they also they store fracking sand for fracking.
Yeah.
In the silos. The trolley you're riding in today is not the first one in El Reno. It works on the tracks, so the first trolley began in March 1908. It made its first run in June of 1909. After World War II ended, the new bus lines furnished faster and more economical services than the interurban could do. So the last trolley ran on November 10th, 1946. The trolley we have here was dedicated in 2000. Hang on, we're going fast now. The building I'm talking about is coming up here on the left, and that was General Sheridan's headquarters. You notice that the logs go straight up and down. And that was it was ordered to be built by Sheridan to erect a log building.
Cool.
With the logs stood on end. For whatever reason, nobody really knows. But it's very unusual. It's thought to be the oldest building in Canadian County right here.
Yeah. Are they open to go inside or no?
Not really. You can look at the windows.
Yeah,
Okay. It's just filled with junk right now.
Yeah. Storage. Yeah, storage. The red
Right here
one?
on the left, we're passing the Darlington Jail. This is the jail for out of Darlington. It's got a lot of lumber in it. It's built to be really strong. And then here comes the old El Reno Hotel again. There's Freddie. He's the expert on the trolley. Yeah, if you get a chance to go through the Hotel El Reno, it's worth seeing. At the time it was built, there was no electricity, there was no plumbing. They used kerosene lamps.
Cool, man.
No lights inside the kerosene lamps. It's since been upgraded. It's in fairly good shape considering how old it is. This Red Cross canteen we're passing right over here. It was built in World War I and was located here at the depot for the train depot. The Rock Island building, the museum itself, was ready to be used in 1907. in 1908, they extended it by 40 feet, a 40-foot addition. Canadian County Historical Society purchased the building in 1968, and that was when the museum was born here. Well, thanks a lot for the ride. I hope my
Thank you.
narration was sufficient.
Go ahead.
Into one to try to climb on us.
I liked it, man. Thanks a lot.
Oh, no problem.
Enjoyed it, man.
Anytime.
You're
Glad
good.
you enjoyed it.
You're a good driver.
The best you ever had, right?
Really, really.
Trolley time.